Hey guys, it's Charlie Schaefer. I'm the church planting pastor of Capernaum Baptist Church, and I just wanted to share this with you. If you're here, it's because you want to know how to study or understand the Bible better. Maybe you don't know how to study it at all. It's confusing to you. You don't get it. Or maybe you've been doing this for a long time, and this is maybe just a helpful refresher course. I don't know. But I do know that I want to share what I've learned, and that's why I called it How to Study the Bible, the Essential Guide in My Three Frameworks, because this is the process that I use whenever I'm teaching, whenever I'm understanding, whenever I'm trying to get it just for myself so I can understand a passage, or if I'm trying to preach a message and I'm developing the passage so that I can write a sermon on it. Whatever I'm trying to do, I literally always use these three steps. Let's look at what those three steps are. If you have the infographic version of this, then it's going to be on page 4. And let me just overview what we're going to do. This video, I'm going to walk you through what the three frameworks are, why it's helpful for you. Next one, we're going to walk through the first framework, and then the second, and then the third. Okay, so there's going to be 4 videos in this little mini series, and it should be able to walk you through the very beginning all the way through the very end. How do I understand the Bible? All the way through, how do I apply the Bible? Okay, so if you're on page 4, the first framework, the question that you're asking yourself is, what does the Bible mean? What does it mean? So if I'm reading a passage and I'm looking at this paragraph, this verse, this phrase, this word even, what does that mean? It might be simple, but reading doesn't mean that you understand. You probably had a literature class where your teacher had to explain to you the story that you just read for homework that night. And it's not because you understood, it's because reading isn't always straightforward. Sometimes you need a little bit of studying, you need a little bit of help and coaching to understand a passage or whatever you're reading. And it's no different with the Bible. So what reading the Bible just means reading. And with a little help, your reading, your comprehension of big books, specifically the Bible, will grow. So here's a little bit of training on that we're going to get to later on. Framework number 2, the question that you need to ask yourself after you understand how the story actually works. Okay, so what do the words on the page mean? Now, what do those words mean in significance? Why are they significant? And the question that you're asking is, why does it matter? So has someone ever taken something that you've said out of context? Okay. If that's happened to you, then it's probably been frustrating. And sometimes we can do that with the Bible. We can take the words and we see the story, but we grab the wrong interpretation from that. And we see like the 5 smooth stones from David, for instance, the ones that he used to kill Goliath. And we ascribe meaning to those when the Bible does not ascribe meaning to them. And that's not really fair to the Bible, because it was meant to tell you that he grabbed a handful of stones and put them in his pouch, not to say that it represented 5 separate whatever. That's not, the Bible has significance and it has a reason, and the Bible means stuff. So let's make sure that we're grabbing not only what do the words mean, but why are those words written? Why did God want us to be able to read them? And then because you know that, we go to framework number 3, what can I do with it? So if I know what the Bible says, I know why it's important for me to know, then I can grab from that an application, and I can say, I know what it means. I need to live this out. And here's some clear ways that I can do that. And so I want to show you some very clear ways, some easy ways to start looking for those instructions. Why would you read the Bible if you don't want it to mean something? Why read a book if you don't want it to change your life? The Bible's no different. And God wrote it so that we can have a changed life, so that he can change our lives through us and for us. So let's get the right focus. Let's make sure that we're asking the right questions. And now let's dive into the first question. What does the Bible mean?